I'm sure you already know that the profit of your online casino, the revenue of your online casino depends on several factors such as game providers, such as payments, such as tournaments and bonuses. But it's also true that without the customer support, your casino cannot survive. The customer support is actually an essential part of online casino. You have to use to increase the revenue, to increase your chances to become profitable as soon as possible. And if you don't believe me, then I will tell this, that the customer support is not, the role of the customer support of online casino is actually customer retention. Because players will come to you, to the customer support, and they will ask you the questions. Okay, what about the tournaments? What about the bonuses? How we can pay? How we can withdraw? Your answers and the results that you bring in and everything that you provide to your clients will actually determine whether you are successful online or whether people end up with poor experience and leave to your competitors.
Max carry, the one who's carrying big business. At its finest, need a license, easy decision. It's getting done when Max is stepping in. We got what you need, the licensed gentleman. The advice that you need, ask Max. Hit it, get you right, get you on track. The advice that you need, ask Max. Hit it, get you right, get you on track.
Hey, this is Max from Licensed Gentleman, and let's continue the series of our videos with this video for customer support. I'll explain you what things customer support do and how to organize your customer support so your business can be successful. What things are critical for online casinos and how not to fail and not to lose your license, because the license and the safety of the license is another kind of a responsibility, and the customer support gets that exposure first. Because if something happens and there are claims against you and you do not solve these claims appropriately, transparent, and if you fail to deliver, then people, and I mean your players, will go to find gaming lawyers, and the gaming lawyers will find the complaints with the regulator. And the regulators will come back after you're sold.
Boom. Perfect placement, to be honest.
And literally will ask you to explain the situation. Probably will give you some time to settle this just between you and clients, so they do not get any involvement in that, but already overlook the process. And then after that, if they see that you do not do anything, then they will take away your license. And the customer support happens to be the first guys on the line.
Take her away, Ian.
Yeah, take it away.
These are your saviors, and they have to be really kind of trained. So what functions do they do? How do they spend? How your customer support will spend their day? Here's the thing. Like, most of the questions that people will have will be related to withdrawals and deposits. Some people will come to your own casino and they will not be able to top up their accounts to pay you the salary, literally. So if you have to have these problems, then it's really important to track them down, because there should be no person left without, the ability to pay, right? Withdrawals, of course. Many online casinos, they do ask for the KYC, they do ask for additional documents before they do the payout. In the end of this video, I will actually give you 2 examples how to do, because, I bet my own money, and I have this online casino that didn't pay me out at all. And then the second online casino that does the great job, and they didn't even ask for any documents for this very small amount of money that I asked them to withdraw. Bonuses and tournaments is the second thing that they will ask you about, because many people come to your online casino and they play, and now some holidays happen. And you are like, okay, it's NHL season. Better prepare some bonus systems and tournaments for people so they're happy and that we expect huge volumes. And now you create all the logics and the bonuses, and now you try to explain everything in your policies and terms and conditions. So all the compliance docs have to be in line. But let's be honest, who loves to speak to lawyers or who likes to speak and to read legal documents? I mean, nobody. People wants to speak to people. They want to understand what happens if they get free bonus and then they go and bet everything and, the same day. And whether or not they will get the win, whether they will get the jackpot, if they win the jackpot, or they should follow something else, and they should do something else. So your customer support has to know all these things, and they must provide this information, because otherwise this experience that the people will have And well, imagine someone winning, like 25,000 or like 50,000. And now you explain them, well, listen, you didn't read the terms and conditions or privacy policy. You will lose the guy and you will lose the clients that way. And if you don't want to do that, you have to make sure that the customer support knows how to handle these situations and gets back to people. And it's also about tech problems. So tech problems happen, sites do not work, people make bets, games crash, live casinos make errors and all that. So people will come back to you and they will ask to fix the situation. Probably they lost 10, 20, 30 bucks, whatever. They will ask you to basically refund so they can try again, and they will explain the situation so that you can check and make a next step, right, to help them out. You don't have to figure out anything new. This is the good news. So if you go and check on YouTube, on Amazon and the experience of Amazon have figured out everything. So one of the most successful companies on the planet, they know how to handle customer support. They have KPIs in place and they do measure and they try to figure out what people actually want. And if you will just put AI in front of the people, well, guess what? There are 10 other competitors on the market and they do not have an AI where people have to kick all the buttons before he goes through this hell of getting to the solution, and then nothing works because they want to actually get the information from a real human being. So most important things for any person are, of course, the human. So there should be a human. And the second one is the speed. So how soon do you reply the message? So if you want to go and check our article before, we have all the screenshots and everything when I was doing the tests and doing the research about the online casinos and how do they reply, trying to solve my problems. You will find the very interesting information where, where I had to wait for over 30 minutes and my problem wasn't solved. So because I value my time so much, I cannot allow them to take another 30 or 1 hour of my time, basically for me to withdraw 50 bucks.
Don't have time.
So time is of utmost importance. So people in the 21st century, they do not want to simply wait. You have to be there immediately. And if your first response time is above the minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, you are losing in this game. So the best answer time is actually before 30 seconds or immediately. So I have a friend who's also an online casino operator, and we are sitting with him in a restaurant one day, and we invited another online casino expert. And we were sitting, and a friend of mine, he started his second project in a different market, very successful person. And he's like, we have everything up and running. We have the platform, licensing is done. Everything is done. So this expert, a friend of ours, the first thing he does, opening the website, he opens live chat, he sends a message, and he takes the time. And then we are waiting. And it took 1 minute, 40 seconds for them to reply. So we are like, this will not work.
Won't work.
And it will not work because it's a poor experience. People will lose interest. People will leave. And then you go and guess, who was that guy? Was that a VIP player? Probably that you can qualify for the VIP who is asking for some bonuses on the tournaments or some other benefits for him. Or probably that was a very angry person trying to solve the problem and now he's going to the regulator. So the truth is that people are sitting and betting somewhere when they have free space. They can open a crash game. And if something happens, they won't reply right now. After 5 minutes, they will be busy. They will be doing their thing. If you do not catch them now, the next time they will remember and they will go to your competitor that does the job better and that does reply within 15 seconds. You have to make this happen. I'm sure that now, and by now, I explain to you how important the role of the customer support is. So it's not about whether we should establish the customer support and when, but it's about, how to establish it so we are actually effective. We know how to spend our money. We are not wasting our resources because guess what? No one wants to do customer support. This topic is boring. Everyone wants to make money. Everyone wants to go and do the customer acquisition. New clients, new clients, new clients. Revenue up. Who wants to deal with the problems of the client? Nobody. But by now you realize that actually your customer support for online casino, sports betting has a direct impact on the revenue because this is the business we are in. No one will ask, Amazon where my package is if it's late by 2, 3, 4, 5 hours, if it comes tomorrow. But here you trade experience for people money and they bet the money and the experience that they're buying, they want to get right now. Not tomorrow from Amazon, 24 hours delivery, something like that, but right now. And you have to deliver right now, and you have to face it, be accountable, responsible. And if something is wrong, you have to have that direct communication with your client.
Right now.
And the most important part, immediate communication with the client. And your customer support must be trained. So last year, that was 10 months ago, I have a call. And a client of mine, he says, let's meet. And we are meeting, and he explains me, listen, man, my license, I will probably lose it. And I'm explaining, and I'm saying, like, why? And he says, well, you see, we are working on this market, and we have a client that just won 150,000 euro. That was euros. And I'm like, okay, what happened? And he's like, well, imagine, the guy, he loses a lot of money in our online casino. So for us, everything is, well, he comes back to us, he says, okay, what we can do basically to support him, because, well, he has no money left. He wants to continue playing right now. So they give him free bonuses or something like this. And then guy goes back and he wins 150,000. So he comes back to the customer support and he's happy. And he says, listen, I just won 150,000. And customer support checks. And they, within 10 minutes, I was checking the logs, I was reading the chat and all that. They say, yep, you are eligible for the payout, but we have limitations. We can pay you whatever was the amount, 20,000 a month or a week, something like that. So the guy comes, after 2 days, he collects the payment, he goes away. And he comes again after 1 week, he collects the payment. So overall, it was like 20,000. And then after 2 weeks, this client of mine, he just blocks the account, and he explains that they figured out that the player was not playing along with the terms and conditions of the casino, and that there were rules set that for the free spins or the free bonuses that they use, the maximum amount of bet can be just $5. But the guy did $20 bets. So immediately they're with eyes open, and they're like, okay, you're not eligible for payout. But the customer support, if it's trained well, they could stop it in the beginning. They could explain to the client, listen, you had to do the bets below $5. And probably it wouldn't escalate that far. Probably the client would understand, yeah, I didn't read terms. I didn't ask the customer support. I didn't do anything of that. But since he was paid 2 times and, he hired the lawyer took action. And now this case with the regulator, with the judge, with everyone involved. Long story short, he had to pay and he had to settle this with the client, and still he lost the license and he had to start his business all over again.
I'm broken again.
So such mistakes can happen. So it's more than just about the customer support, but also shows the importance of training the customer support in handling the situation properly, what kind of actual responsibility and trust and what things they can solve, or what things they have to escalate with you for you to check, or probably for other people within your team to check, is also important. And the number of messages going to you via different channels like live chat, email, probably you want to connect some messenger, will be really big. I remember starting my first business in retail. I was my own customer support, but I had to be up 3 a.m. in the morning because we were dealing with the United States and I had flow of customers. I had to respond, and then I figured I still have to do the business. I have to grow the business, to do something. Dealing with the customer support specifically in online casino, it's much more complex. It's not just about, hey, where my product is. It's about the complaints and the bonuses and claims and everything that they have to deal with. Since you will be dealing with thousands and tens of thousands of clients, there will be many, many, many messages flowing in that you should be addressing in order to provide good customer experience. So by now you probably realize that running customer support is not something that you can do from your garage next to your Lamborghini. You have to have some people who will handle this process. So whether or not you should hire, a separate team for yourself, or probably to outsource this thing to make the job easier for you. So consider this. For the customer support, you will need at least 2 people. So 2 people working at the same time, or that would change each other. Also 2 people, then one can get sick. One can have, free time. One will take a vacation. And then you need the third person. So it's about managing these people, and managing people is the most complicated part, where you have to deal with training. One just left your company, another one comes in, and so on and so forth. So the flow of the people is really huge. So a friend of mine that we met in the restaurant, he actually took a different approach. He outsourced this function to the team, so that he outsourced this entire thing to a team, and they signed the contract and everything. So it was an external team, and he was the one who was overlooking this thing, who was checking what is the reply time, what are the SLAs, and all the other details put in the agreement that are very important for the customer support. And since it's possible to outsource this thing, then it's also a very good question, what happens if you are growing? So what happens if you are growing with the outsourced team is that they have to connect more people. So as you grow and you increase the volumes and more people will come back to you, then you have to increase the number of people working for you. So in the beginning, it can be 2, then it has to be 4, 6. And when there are periods like holidays or some championships are going on, some World Cups, then there are spikes of traffic on your website, and you need 1.5, 2 times more people temporarily. So you have to deal with hiring people and also firing people at the same time. But what happens when you're just starting? You don't have anything. And yes, we understand by now that customer support basically makes more money for online casino. But at the same time, what if online casino generates 0? And if it generates 0 and it just starts the business and they start to grow, then the customer support is the expenditure, not an asset at all. And you have to have time and resources to manage it.
I don't have any money.
So outsourcing your business is a very smart option, especially in the beginning as you are starting. So imagine the amount of complexities and the pain, headaches, be able to avoid, to be able to focus on things that really matter as you begin. So instead of focusing on retention of the clients, you have to focus on the product, you have to focus on the customer acquisition things, to have, just the service good enough for your online casino, to satisfy all of your needs, and also for the good price, of course. So even though we are doing the licensing and the company structure, if you need any assistance with the customer support, and we are working with many people who provide customer support and risk management for our clients, you can reach out, and I'll be happy to introduce you to some people that I believe are really good. So let me just go through 2 examples, 2 tests that I did to show you what you have to strive for and also what you shouldn't be doing starting your online casino. So let's start with the bad experience first, right? So I basically topped up my account, I registered my account, topped up my account, I played a little bit in this online casino, and then I decided that, okay, it's time to withdraw, to go through this entire cycle to understand how they do things. So when I wanted to withdraw in the beginning, they didn't allow me. They said, listen, well, your withdrawal channel has to be the same as deposit channel. Fine. Time passed. Now I'm going in again. I'm chatting with the customer support. First, the experience was just awful. I had to wait for like 2 minutes before they actually replied. Then they always took time to check something, and without providing any normal solutions, without being proactive. So then they asked me, to update the profile. Profile was updated 5 minutes later. Still, we have issues trying to withdraw money. I'm going back to the customer support. And customer support then takes time again. And they say that I have to contact an expert to solve my problem. So instead of offering me the expert, instead of connecting him on chat, instead of being proactive, they actually said, listen, send email or whatever the mail is, or probably should I send the pigeon or something like this. But they literally told me, this is your problem. Please contact the expert, whatever that means, and then probably he will be able to help. So
sorry, that's not my problem.
Since I already spent 30 minutes trying to get my $50 recording this video, I decided not to continue with this conversation, not to reach out to anyone. So I just decided that, okay, my time is much more valuable. I just gave up on this thing because, there is no guarantee that they will be able to solve anything. The expert will find 25 other solutions, or he will not. But literally, the only feedback that I have is that I'm not going back because I went to another online casino, and it's a super popular casino, just to show you that big guys become big because they earn that. And they earn that means that they do the job. This the second online casino that I've visited, and I went through the same process. I deposited the money, I went to play, and then I went to withdraw my money, and I didn't want to make it too easy on the customer support, so I sent them a message. Hey guys, how can I do that? Immediately, 25 seconds later, I get a reply. I get proactive reply where they follow up me with these things. They show me the screenshots. Where should I click? How should I do that? They tell me that, well, we are here to help, and this is what you have to do. So they're being very, very, very proactive, which is amazing. So the next thing is that I'm going or withdrawing. They don't even ask for KYC. They don't even ask for the documents for such small amounts of money that I was withdrawing. So literally everything is solved within the 2, 3, 4 minutes. It's amazing experience. So next time I go there and play there, this is not promotion. I have nothing to do with that online casino. This is just to give you the difference. And to find more, you can find in the article. We have it down below this article. Below this video, you can click on it. There are screenshots and everything, and they have how customer support replies and all these things. The best guys in this business, especially if you outsource this thing, they actually combine this thing with the AI. And this is something that we will discuss in the next video. I will explain how to choose and what questions to ask when you are outsourcing your customer support, and details working with that. It's not a problem to reply a client within the first 2 seconds. Because when a client sends you a message, your AI has to make it look like someone is responding. Someone is typing this thing. And this is a software. There can be AI just, playing with this thing and then sending a follow-up message. Hey, thank you very much. Our agent will be here within 15 seconds. And if an agent cannot be within 15 seconds, listen, give me 5 seconds more and we are trying to connect you, So, and then after 25 seconds, when the real agent kicks in, the client is still there. So experience was good. I was waiting here. My attention was busy, and this is exactly how it happened with this online casino. The second one, the first one is just not good.
This is shit.
They will lose the client. They lost me already, even though I'm not gambling. But, the experience that I had to spend 30 minutes trying to get someone to help me with just the organic problem. It's not something out of ordinary. And then the way they played out this game, where they tried to bring in a client into more frustration, where they're trying to get it more complicated to withdraw money. I understand that they're playing the game. It's nothing like that. It's just the process they're pushing through with every client, probably. But, just because I know that, I just do not want to play these games as well. So I left. This video was about the customer support and about the importance of the customer support that is responsible for an online casino. They're responsible for answering all the messages via all the different channels. And first and foremost, withdrawals, deposits, claims, bonuses, and tournaments, and then technical issues, and then escalating all these things forward if it's necessary. We'll discuss a couple of examples, how you should be doing, what you shouldn't be doing. So by now, I think you have a very good understanding of what customer support for online casino is. And in my next video, I will actually explain how to outsource this thing, what questions to ask, what metrics to look at to make a smart decision and choose a proper customer support service, because there are just few. The niche-based customer support is a rarity because they have to know how to handle things, how to rotate people. They have to provide multilingual support. Brazilian Portuguese, if you focus on Brazilian market, they have to speak English if you focus on English-speaking market, Turkish in Turkey, and so on and so forth. There are many details into this. So I'll see you in my next video. It was Max. Have a good day. Goodbye.